Hey everyone, my name is Gunther, and welcome to a very special episode. Today, we are here to talk about a community zoo. That's right, we are back with our community zoo project, and it's a little different this go around. So today's episode, before you click off, is all about how you can participate in our community zoo. And there's a few ways that you can do that. So right off the bat, this entrance that you're seeing come together is going to be available as a blueprint for anybody to download. You're going to see it in one of the pinned comments below. And all you have to do is if you just want to join in and see how your community zoo might come along, you're more than welcome to do so. For those who actually want to be part of the community zoo program, all you have to do is head on over to our Discord, let us know that you want to participate, and you can join one of 3 community zoo projects. We have Africa, North America, and Europe. Now, today's episode is going to be a little bit about what our community zoo project is and how you can participate and how it will work. And I think those are 2 very important things that we kind of need to discuss as we get into this new project. So right off the bat, our community zoo program is a way for people who are new to Planet Zoo or who have been here since the very beginning to join and work in a collaborative way and build a zoo together. Now, I realize when I say that, there's a lot of intricacies associated with building a community zoo. This isn't Planet Coaster 2, where we have a really cool community program. This is Planet Zoo, so we have to work within the constraints. So right off the bat, we're going to be working in 3 different sections. I mentioned Africa, North America, and Europe. So the way our community zoo program will work this go around is you're going to select the zoo that you want to build, and you're going to have a lot of say in how your community zoo evolves. Each community zoo section is going to have its own zoo manager. Thankful to all of our mods who are helping out to manage this program and help guide it the way we want to go. So huge shout out to both Sparrow and Sorry for helping out. Now, once you've selected your section that you want to build in, you're going to work within your team. And the idea behind this is we want people who are both skilled and non-skilled, so new players as well, more than welcome to join, to come and learn new things and build in a really cool community. And all you have to do is sign up and show your interest. And you're going to have a lot of say in how the zoo grows. As an example, if you're building in North America, maybe you want to focus on just North American animals. Or maybe you want to have a section in your North American zoo that's going to be dedicated to Africa. That's totally fine. The idea behind this is just to have fun and build something together. For those who've been around the channel for a while, you know me. I'm a big proponent of learning new things, having fun, and just enjoying Planet Zoo. And I think this is my way of making sure that that actually happens within Planet Zoo's community. Now, I realize maybe you don't want to join our Discord, but you do want to participate within the community zoo. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have a link so you can download this workshop entrance and build your own zoo as well. And if you want to do that, totally cool. I would love to see your creations come to life. And if you want to maybe just let us know in the comments below that you want to participate, we can maybe look at doing a YouTube version of this as well. It's all about creating community and just generally having fun when playing Planet Zoo. And that's the key here. We want to have fun. And with that new DLC just around the corner, who knows what you guys could make together. And that's the important thing here. All right, let's talk logistics. How is this all going to work together when we play Planet Zoo? And we're going to use our Community Zoo Africa map as an example. You've selected Africa. This is the continent that you want to build on. And all this means is this is the type of map that you're building on in the area that you're in. This does not necessarily mean that these are the animals you have to build for. Now, of course, it would make sense for you to maybe have a section dedicated to your home continent, but that's totally part of you creating your own community zoo, and you can work with your team to decide this on your own. Now, when we're saying Africa or North America or Europe, it's a very general location. So as part of the project, you will actually be able to choose amongst yourselves where this zoo is actually going to be founded. As a Canadian, I'm always a big proponent of having our North American zoo in Canada, but this zoo is not for me. This is for you guys. So you will determine just what city or province or country or state your zoo will be founded in. And this is for all of our community zoo projects. Now, once you've determined this, you're going to work amongst yourselves to maybe come up with a really cool name or a logo for your zoo. We're going to have a few very similar logos, just detailing the overall community zoo program, but this zoo is ultimately, at the end of the day, for you guys, so you have more say in how everything goes. Now, once you've finished all of this, it's time for you to start working on your community zoo project. And it's going to be a little different than what you're used to when it comes to these types of programs. Instead of having one file that you swap back and forth every week and you have a timetable that you have to work within, we're going to change it up. You're going to have 4 weeks or 1 month to work on your section of the zoo, but we're going to work in tandem. So as opposed to having one file, you are going to each have access to the file, and you're going to work amongst yourselves with where you're building your particular habitat. And every month, you're going to come back together, and we're going to go and set up the zoo the way we want it. That means that we're going to blueprint everything, put it all onto the original copy of the zoo, and we're going to see our community zoo grow with time. And this is the important thing, so you'll have so much more say in where your habitats go, how big they are, and how your zoo develops. Now, speaking about how big your habitats are, there are a few very important details. I know, as a builder for Planet Zoo, we can get a little crazy when it comes to certain details. So we have a few asks. Barring a few individual animals, we ask that each habitat be no larger than 1,000 meters squared, and that's going pretty heavy. Now, of course, if you want to build for the polar bear and you need some extra space, make sure you connect with your zoo manager first, just to double check that everything's good to go. On top of that, we are going to ask for a strict limitation on the total pieces that you're going to be building with. For now, no more than 4,000 pieces per habitat. Now again, if you have a few issues that you need to kind of work out, work with your zoo manager and work together to identify a solution. This new format, we hope, will make sure that your zoos can run for a lot longer and be more accessible to everybody who's participating within the project. And on top of that, it'll mean more people can access the file after your zoo is complete. And while we are focusing on just smaller zoos, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is the end. If we feel that there's even more interest than anticipated for our community zoo project, we'll make sure to open up additional zoos and have additional support to help make sure that everybody gets a chance to build within their own zoos without worrying about piece count or lag or anything like that. The important thing within our community zoo program is just to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to play and to build. And if you feel that you're a little concerned about some of the processes that we have going on for this round, feel free to reach out. We want your feedback because this is how we grow. And in fact, your feedback from the Community Zoo 2 project actually shaped how we're running the Community Zoo 3 program. So keep that in mind. If you want to see more about the Community Zoo program, or you just want to check in and see how they've developed, make sure you hit that subscribe button because that'll let you know whenever we have a new update. And while I'll be focusing on North America as the zoo manager, expect to see updates from both Africa and Europe as well. All right, so I feel like I've been talking for a lot on this whole program, and I promise you we're at the end. I have one last thing to say. This entire episode has been me building the entrance for our Community Zoo Europe map, but this entrance will actually be used for both Africa and North America as well. We are going to have a few different stylistic changes, so we're going to adjust some of the color, some of the different materials, things like that. But overall, your zoo entrances are all going to look the same. This doesn't mean that this has to be the style of zoo that you go with. Once you have access to the file, you are more than welcome to go in, explore, maybe make some additional changes. Maybe you want to add in some additional terrain elevations, things like that, all at the very beginning. You're more than welcome to do so. But once you've done that, we just ask that you come up with one style of building that you want to go with for your overall community zoo. Now, understandably, if you're building in North America and you want to add in a new South American section, your style will change for that South American section only. So just keep that in mind. We want to have one style for the majority of your zoo going forward. Now, with all of that out of the way, I think it's time for us to show off all 3 Community Zoo entrances so you can get a taste of which section you might want to build for. And of course, in the comments below, make sure that you share what section you would love to build for if you were to be part of this project. I'd love to get your feedback, and if you have additional ideas for our Community Zoo program, But all means, feel free to share them because this is how we actually improve, and your ideas are definitely shaping our community zoo. That's the important thing here. As always, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has supported the channel and our community zoo projects, and I can't wait to see what you guys build together. Otherwise, I just want to say again, thank you, and of course, ciao for now.